G'day and welcome to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. This is the second game in the finals of the Whites and Grains tourney that Millenwise organised. Finally, Regisle has come back from the dead, and he and Butterhawk up here at the top are playing against Boxeroo and Angel of Death. Reggie going Cybran, Butterhawk going Aeon, Boxer going Cybran, and Angel going Cybran, so everyone is sticking to the factions they are most familiar with. And here in Syrtis Major, one of the classic maps from the original Supreme Commander, a bit of a difficult passage to get through here, and two side passages. There again is quite a bit of reclaim, and it looks like Boxer is going for interesting two mexes and then an edge build to a factory up there. Meanwhile, he's got a hydrocarbon going down. That looks like pretty much the same plan. Angel is getting a Mantis and Scout out, and they are going to park themselves at that little expansion there and see what they can see, which is an interesting strategy. Butterhawk in the meantime has moved up a pretty aggressive plan here to get up to that midpoint, and that makes it much easier to deny those run-bys there in the middle. It usually takes a bit more time to clear that out, but there is quite a bit of mass once you do, so unfortunately the edge builds are just not going to work there. For only the commander seems to have the range. Tech 1 engineer is just not going to do it. Reggie moving up there, he as well is going to get to that midpoint. Looks like a Mantis and Mole coming through for Boxer, but they're probably going to be just a little bit quicker than Butterhawk here. Does he see them? He doesn't really have the range. He might just see a flicker. There's the Mole going past, but he doesn't really notice. And oh no, he's backtracked. He's not going to be able to see those. So he's going to have to leave that for some other day. So what's the plan here? Looks like Butterhawk is going to lay down a PD. That's a pretty good plan. That means he's in there for the long haul. That makes it much more difficult to get that commander out of there, because he's got somewhere to retreat to, and further Mantis are going to run up against that pretty hard. Got a radar going down here in a pretty good position, and there's an edge build there that is going to now be collected and cleaned up. Is that going to be... oh no, he I suspect that Mole has just noticed the Mantis there, and he's recalled that engineer, getting a radar system down there to get him a bit more information. And there's that Mantis coming in. It's going to be pretty... I suspect we're going to be just slightly... there's the second Mantis coming out, so the engineer will be saved there. Okay, so Regisle in position, going for a factory, but he's got a horde of troops already moving past him. If he's distracted for long enough, that's going to be a difficult thing to deal with. And he's going to give up on that and move back. Try to consolidate his position. Butterhawk, having established a defensive position there, with a good bit of vision. Scout for Boxer being picked off by interesting and early anti-air being brought out. That's pretty good anticipation, or just part of his regular build orders. So we've got Regisle backing away here. That's conceded this mid point here to Angel. And Butterhawk getting a bit of scouting out as well. Boxer has brought in the Medusa, and looks like Butterhawk is going to retreat back. Interesting. He does at least have that those three mixes. They're not going to last long, and Butterhawk's going to have to bring his units up to try and take that out. Angel consolidating up on the left there, and looks like finally Regisle has chased this raid down and is going to complete the factory there to try and get reinforcements. But that raid could look very bad for Reggie there if he doesn't have... He's got some early Tech 2 out. Got a Rhino that might not last. He's got one Rhino already in place, doing its level best to miss completely. Unfortunate. The Rhino is probably going to be able to survive a little bit there, but it's going to have to retreat. Meanwhile, Butterhawk getting the range gun upgrade, and combined with the Auroras there, he's probably going to be able to hold that position if he backs them up and gives them a chance to work at range. Give the commander a chance to do something there. We've got a few Medusa in there, but you can probably push them back, and that's Butterhawk is going to get that upgrade done. Meanwhile, the gun upgrade for Angel has been completed, so that's looking pretty good, and a stealth upgrade for Reggie. Oh, that's bad timing there, especially, and he's had to cancel that. He doesn't have the gun upgrade. He might have overcharge there, so that's looking good. Butterhawk as well going for the speed gun upgrade, so if he can get that, that will be a pretty hard commander to defeat. Meanwhile, Reggie being able to take out a few of those troops there, and getting a bit of veterancy on his commander as well. And that raid seems to have been cleared up down here. Looks like those Rhinos did their job, and that's a good sign. The Angel sending his units up to the north there to try and quell that, and Angel going for the stealth gun. However, Reggie is inbound. Is he going to take on that commander? Could be an interesting battle to see what happens here. See if Reggie can do some damage, but the gun upgrade is going to make it pretty difficult. That's going to make life pretty painful for Reggie there. Boxer has now come up, and he's going to find it much more difficult to take on. He's got the gun upgrade and the stealth upgrade. He's definitely trying to make an impact on Butterhawk there, recognizing the greater threat. At a very powerful force of a lot of fervors here, doing a lot of damage. Regisle forced to retreat in the face of these Mantis. That's a continued push by Angel there, and Regisle and Butterhawk and Boxer backing off respectively, trying to get a bit of ground here. Butterhawk is having to retreat to keep those Mantis at bay, and to get back into somewhere where he can get some reinforcements. And Angel now in a very strong position up at the top here. This is looking good for the Southwest team. They've got a good position here, but there's a fair bit of reclaim there. If Butterhawk can make use of that, then that's going to do good. And Boxer is trying to get a factory down, gets interrupted with T1 units, takes out the radar, which is a good strike. Meanwhile, up here at the top, we've got Angel moving in again, trying to quell that top base, stop reinforcements coming in and cutting off his supply, so to speak. We've got an air engagement here as well. Boxer, it looks like Reggie and Butterhawk are bringing their air force in, and they're going to pretty much wipe out Boxeroo, and then wipe out Angel's 3 interceptors there. Meanwhile, that gun upgrade on Boxer, pushing him back, that's looking very bad for Boxer. Boxer still in range of that gun, going down. I don't think he's going to make it. That commander still pushing forward. Boxeroo gets taken out by Butterhawk, and once again that is going to put the pressure on Angel of Death. Angel of Death in a good position here up the top. Regisle cancelling, going for stealth again and cancelling. Definitely having trouble getting established here. We've got some bombers inbound to try and make life difficult for the structures around in the bottom of Butterhawk's base, but we've got including some heavy tanks moving out towards, and that will pretty much definitely force Angel back. He does have the gun upgrade, so he probably is going to chew through those rhinos there, bringing him into the range of Regisle. And that wave of pink troops is not going to make Angel look be very happy about his future chances. Those bombers being taken out, doing a bit of damage, but not really hitting any of the effective structures. Definitely could have gone for those engineers down there, but just missed their chance to do any real damage. I think they're probably aiming to stop more troops coming around the side here. We've got a bit of a standoff coming down. As the troops of Butterhawk move in, those fervors, look at those artillery shells raining down. It doesn't really matter how that Angel has that gun upgrade. He is definitely going to have to retreat there. The Aurora still in range. We've got Mantis coming in, Reggie coming in too. Is he going to provide more backup? Doesn't look like it. Angel still having to retreat there in face of more rhinos. Looks like a lot of his forces are being taken out. There's Regisle's commander coming in, doing some damage. All the forces of Butterhawk have been picked off, but Angel having been pushed down a bit, and now 2 commanders moving in. That very powerful Aeon double gun comm moving in. We're seeing some troops. I think this is probably exactly what Angel was fearing in trying to get those bombers out. It's not going to really matter if you've got two commanders on one, how many troops you've got otherwise. Excellent overcharge there, takes out a whole bunch of T1 units, but Butterhawk now moving back and taking them off, picking them off at his leisure. Now this southern attack is going to make their way down, mistakenly trying to go through there and not taking out the point defense first. The Auroras are going to pick off those engineers pretty quickly, and that auto gun is not going to be completed. And then they're going to start work on that land factory. Now Angel really having to work hard here. He's got his commander in a good position of strength. He's building up point defense here to give him a reasonable position to fall back on. Looks like that raid here is being strongly repelled. Angel really doing well here, bringing up his troops to keep that any troops from Butterhawk and Regisle from progressing. And finally Regisle gets to install stealth on his commander. Will he actually get to complete it this time? Answers on the back of a postcard. Mantis now moving in. We've got a missile launcher, and they do have good radar coverage there. So even though we've got a flak to stop bombers, the flak's just not going to catch up with that interceptor there. But the interceptor unfortunately moves straight into Butterhawk's Air Force, and Butterhawk now picking off those Mantis protecting here now, combined with some rhinos. Looks like Regisle is going to get his stealth finally, to his great joy. He's going to waste a bit of time trying to pick off a radar that he can't hit, but is he going to get much further? Remember, the Aeon range can outrange those point defense, so all of this point defense is probably going to not do very much at all. What's their radar look like? They've got good radar coverage there. That's a T2 as well, so it will have really good radar coverage right down. And they've still got good radar coverage here with Tech 2 as well. So and finally we've got Tech 3 land building bricks. They are probably going to go down here to try and defend that. Butterhawk in an excellent position, taking out all of those PD spots. He's just going to be able to pick off those units at his leisure, and Angel, even though he is on good health, is not going to do very well here. May be forced to retreat. The Mantis being picked off, and as soon as those rhinos can focus in on Angel, he's really going to have to retreat. And this might be the beginning of the end for Angel. What's he going to be able to do? Can the Aeon commander take out those remaining point defense? Butterhawk also getting good positioning in here, those even songs, taking out anything standing, and unfortunately being left to their own devices, they will try to pick off things that are moving, so they could easily take out the rest of those mass extractors down there. And not sure, that was the end of a scout or an interceptor there. So we've got a brick moving up, that being redeployed to come in to try and take out Regisle's, sorry, Butterhawk's obsidians. There, we've got another brick already there. I missed that, and that is going to make it difficult. The brick has about the same range. I'm not quite sure whether the brick has longer range or the Aeon range gun. There's another brick inbound, 2 there. They are going to fend off those obsidians pretty well. An excellent unit against T1 and T2. This might just get through because of the shielding on those obsidians. They're being recalled, but that's probably not that's just not going to get anywhere. And that does feed a fair bit of mass to Angel here. He's got another scout coming in. Going to be missed by the flak, which is just never quite fast enough, and taken out by the air. That seems to be a common theme. How are we doing on the eco while we hit a moment of relative calm? Rhino dispatched to take out those mexes there. Butterhawk definitely doing better of Butterhawk and Regisle, but Angel definitely ahead on 11k reclaim, 59k total, and 73 mass income. So that's a pretty powerful bit of evidence that unfortunately they still haven't sent enough range units to take out those eruptors then. That has conveniently cleared out that engineer. So we've got the shield going down on Butterhawk, with Reggie getting that assisting that upgrade. What's the plan here? We've got forces moving in. Those bricks in particular, that's a pretty good rate of production there for those bricks. We've got T2 air producing Corsairs. Are we going to see a Corsair snipe? Might be very difficult to get enough Corsairs up to take out one of those commanders. Certainly Butterhawk, which is the more risk commander at this point, I would say, is going to be well shielded. Now we see that force move in, taking out Butterhawks as mexes, and they're going to hope he gets those even songs, targeting those units while they're standing still. That's a good hit, but they are on the move again. We've got scouting, and they're going to start running into problems. Now let's see who will win in a fight between mad monks and evil farmers. Between bricks and obsidians. The obsidians aren't really targeting those bricks well. The bricks are able to just wear away at those shields. There's one brick down. The fervors there doing a brilliant job, but the bricks are just going to push them back and not get damaged very much at all. If they stay still for too long, they will be targeted by those even songs, so that's not a wise position to leave them. And move out again. We've got another set of engineers risking that eruptor, which has already got at least one veterancy of taking out units. There's another 2 that it's going to pick off. Just got to be a bit more careful, or send a fervor or a Medusa out to take those out. It's a kind of a useful defense early in the game to stop too many run-bys through the middle there, or easy attacks. A lot of T1 defense there. Those bricks could easily outrange those as well. And send that engineer in to hoover up the brick wreck there. Very good plan. Pushing forward to try and we've got some harbingers in the mix as well as some shields. Finally that radar goes down. That will be a problem. We've got a backup radar well protected by the cliff there, so that's not a bad position. Angel with his own radar overlooking the forces there, building up T2. He also has a pretty good collection of Corsairs there. Angel, having retreated back to his base, is getting some anti-air up to try and defend against that kind of raid. I think they're probably both thinking along the same lines here. Still producing lots of bricks, and here comes Butterhawk's commander. Butterhawk himself in to see what damage we can do. Still with the range and speed and shield now, and a pretty good health with 5 veterancy levels. So as long as the commander can actually get in and in range of those units, then we've got 1 brick. That's a loyalist going down. Loyalists there as well. And they will just not last as long. It would be lovely if they sent a missile in so that the loyalist could try and deflect it. Okay, here's one, and there away it goes. It's doing a marvellous job, and look at them going back and hitting that those even songs. What an unfortunate end. Okay, a big wave of bricks here, coming in and targeting, walking by, trying to maintain the range on the bricks. I think the bricks slightly outrange obsidians. The harbingers are also in range. They're trying to get in range, they don't quite have the range, and the shields are going down, harbingers going down. Those bricks though are under heavy assault, and they're probably just not going to wear through the forces before they are taken out completely. Butterhawk in position as well, and with a force like that, that's going to make it much more difficult to push through, for Angel to defend. But and here we go again on the offensive. The bricks forming up again here on the sideline, and engineers just need more engineers to pour in and collect all that lovely reclaim there. Not much going on here. We've got a bit of a T2 force with some looks like 2 bricks there, and a bit of backup coming in. Reggie getting power generator online, and he's under shield. He's got engineering. What defenses does he have? He's got a series of Corsairs, many of which have been pushed down here, and here is the Corsair force coming in. Corsairs have been mobilised in defence. Reggie on the move, trying to avoid the snipe. Manages to get missed by most of those, and swift winds being brought in. We've got a few surviving. Reggie, having not done much combat, is looking is only got 1100 health here, so that the rest of those Corsairs from Angel are probably going to be taken out. Meanwhile, the land force is moving in, and those rhinos are going to struggle. They're going to be able to work away on the Mantis, but not get very far on the Bricks or Loyalists. This could be difficult, but Butterhawk now moving in, just that continued variety, and those fervors doing great work with those shells, just and the overcharge from Butterhawk as well, really devastating those bricks there, and that's going to look like it's a very difficult position to retrieve there. What damage can this force do? It's under, it's got a Loyalist there in defence. We've got a few Corsairs. Try and pick it off. They're doing a reasonably good job. We've got Vipers now in. If they can, they will target power there. That's going to be very painful, and that's really going to set Regisle's production back significantly. The Corsairs doing great work, and we just need to take that Viper out there as well. Butterhawk in retreat somewhat. Looks like we're just moving back to establish a position there, and we've got a force in here to take out the factory and remaining mexes. So a bit of consolidation here on the south for Butterhawk. Angel's push and a Trebuchet coming in to try and do some damage. Can that position? Don't have a lot of other forces here for Angel. And what's his plan? He's not under shield. He's got a shield planned there. We're putting a lot of effort into those Corsairs. But here comes the Corsairs, and Angel on the move, trying to dodge. Unfortunately, dodges just at the wrong time. A lot of those shots land, and Angel is down into the red. Corsairs coming in for second pass, not dodging hard enough. Reggie calls out good game. Boxer says HH. Then good game. And that's 2 games to Butterhawk and Regisle. It was looking pretty strong there for Angel, particularly in the north. Boxeroo fighting well in the south, but Butterhawk's commander came through at the end and made it very difficult. So good work everyone, and we will see you in the next game.